A Carnegie Institution for Science audio press release for December 15, 2014. Baby cells learn to communicate using the LSD1 gene. We wouldn't expect a baby to join a team or participate in social situations that require sophisticated communication. Yet most developmental biologists have assumed that young cells, only recently born from stem cells and known as progenitors, are already competent at intercommunication with other cells. New research from Carnegie's Alan Spradling and postdoctoral fellow Ming-Chai Li shows that infant cells have to go through a developmental process that involves specific genes before they can take part in the group interactions that underlie normal cellular development and keep our tissues functioning smoothly. The existence of a childhood state where cells can't communicate fully has potentially important implications for our understanding of how gene activity on chromosomes changes both during normal development and in cancerous cells. The work is published in the journal Genes and Development. The way that the molecules that package a cell's chromosomes are organized in order to control gene activity is known as the cell's epigenetic state. The epigenetic state is fundamental to understanding Spradling and Li's findings. To developmental biologists, changes in this epigenetic state ultimately explain how the cell's properties are altered during tissue maturation. Spradling explains that acquired epigenetic changes in a developing cell are reminiscent of the learned changes the brain undergoes during childhood. Just as it remains difficult to map exactly what happens in a child's brain as it learns, it's still very difficult to accurately measure epigenetic changes during cellular development. Not enough cells can usually be obtained that are at precisely the same stage for scientists to map specific molecules at specific chromosomal locations. Li and Spradling took advantage of the unsurpassed genetic tools available in the fruit fly to overcome these obstacles and provide new insight into the epigenetics of cellular development. Using a variety of tools and techniques, they focused on cells in the fruit fly ovary and were able to identify a specific gene called LSD1 that's needed for ovarian follicle progenitor cells to mature at their normal rate. The researchers found that the amount of the protein that is encoded by this gene, LSD1, which is present in follicle progenitors, decreases as the cells approach differentiation. What's more, the onset of differentiation could be shifted by changing the levels of LSD1 protein that are present. They deduce that differentiation ensues when LSD1 levels fall below a critical threshold, and that this likely corresponds to when genes can be stably expressed. Li says that the timing of differentiation is very important for normal development. Differentiation onset determines how many times progenitors divide, and even small perturbations in LSD1 levels change the number of follicle cells that were ultimately produced, which reduced ovarian function. Previously, it was thought that the follicle cell progenitors started to differentiate based on an external signal they received from another kind of ovarian cells known as germ cells. Li and Spradling found that while this germ cell signal was essential, it was already being regularly sent even before the progenitors responded. Instead, it was the LSD1-mediated change in their epigenetic state that timed when progenitor cells started to respond to the signal and began differentiating. Once they become competent, however, differentiating follicle cells communicate extensively with their neighbors and continue to do so throughout their lives. As is frequently the case in basic biological research, the molecules and mechanisms studied here are found in most multicellular animals, and hence the researchers' conclusions are likely to apply broadly throughout the animal kingdom, including in humans. In addition to the importance of this research for understanding how animal chromosomes change during normal development, it may also help clarify alterations in the epigenetic state that take place in some cancers. A minority of cells in such cancers begin to express high levels of LSD1 and to behave like undifferentiated progenitors. Li adds that studying fruit fly follicle cell differentiation can teach us at a deeper level what LSD1 is doing in both normal and cancerous progenitors. With the independence for nimble pursuit, Carnegie scientists tackle some of the most profound challenges in modern science, fundamentally changing what's possible for us, our planet, and our universe.